Mom! Mommy! Mama!
Can I just change my name?
Hello, my beautiful YouTube friends. I'm just actually in my car getting ready to go grocery shopping. I wanted to make a video on how to navigate the grocery store because I really want to teach parents how to shop and purchase healthy foods and how to eat healthy and nourishing foods. So I figured the best way to break that down and start at like the baseline of healthy eating is grocery shopping. Since 60% of parents are buying processed foods, I want to address that. I want to be the one to change that statistic and give parents the tools of knowing how to grocery shop, what to buy, what to look for, and what to avoid when they're actually grocery shopping. So I'm going to be going to, I think, maybe 2 or 3 different grocery stores. I haven't decided yet because I don't know what kind of stuff that they got going on in these grocery stores right now, what the prices are. So I tend to bounce around from different grocery stores to find the best price of things. So I usually either go to Costco's. I honestly buy my meat there because we eat a lot of meat in my family. So I usually buy my meat at Costco's. I always make sure I know where the meat's coming from. I also buy meat from Whole Foods as well too. Whole Foods has fantastic meat products, but my best suggestion is find a local farm. I have yet to find a local farm where I can actually buy good quality meat from. Not to say that the meat that I'm buying is shitty, but it is probably not as good as farm fresh meat. So not only that, I go to Costco, so I go to No Frills too. I buy some of my produce from No Frills. The prices are great, and honestly, I try to save as much money as possible when I do go grocery shopping. Other places that I go are either Organic Garage. I've gone to the Sweet Potato once or twice. Some of their stuff is okay. Their produce is really good. They're all organic, but other than that, I don't really buy anything else from there. Where else do I go grocery shopping? I think that's pretty much it. What you need to bring before you go grocery shopping is a grocery list. Grocery lists are so important when you go grocery shopping because honestly, if I don't write my stuff down, I will end up buying everything I don't need at the grocery store and coming home with the stuff that I was supposed to buy, but I didn't. So I make a grocery list. I put little stars, if you guys can see, of what to buy organically because I don't want to put pesticides and toxins in my body, and I definitely don't want to put that in my son's body either. So I make sure I do a conscious effort into understanding what I need to buy organically. At the end of this video, I will be posting the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen. So that is from the Environmental Working Group. They put every year, they haven't done 2020 yet. I'm still following 2019. So what it is the top 15 cleanest produce products, if you want to say produce products, that are the least sprayed. So I buy those regular. I don't buy them organic. And then the Dirty Dozen are the top 12 most heavily sprayed produce products. So I always make sure to buy those organically, or I just avoid buying them at all, to be honest with you. I know I think strawberries is the number 1. So I honestly don't like strawberries unless they're freshly picked because they don't taste like strawberries. They honestly are so bitter and so disgusting. So I just avoid buying them when they're not in season. Second thing that you need to remember to bring when you go grocery shopping is reusable bags. You definitely need reusable bags because A, you can fit more stuff in there and you don't have to make multiple trips to the car. And B, it's reducing the plastic intake that's in our environment. And there's so much plastic that is polluting our environment right now, and I want to make a conscious effort into reducing the amount of plastic that I'm using. So I use reusable bags, and I also like the fact that I can put pretty much half my grocery shopping in one bag, call it a day. So love my grocery bags. Third, I was gonna say second, but I just did second. Third what am I talking about? Third thing that you definitely need to remember when you go grocery shopping is a jar of water. There is some lemon juice in here from this morning. So, and seeds, as you can see that there's still some freaking seeds in here. That goes to show you how much I pay attention. So yeah, I always bring water just because I don't want to have to buy bottled water, and I use my filtered water at home. So I just take that everywhere I go just to save money and to stay hydrated. Because sometimes when I go grocery shopping, it takes me 2-3 hours, especially if I have Liam. Today, he didn't think I was cool enough to hang out with, so he wanted to stay home with his grandparents. I'm okay with that. Mom never goes grocery shopping by herself, so this is a freaking treat. I will be blasting music and singing my heart out as I go to the grocery store. Also, I want you guys to keep in mind, I am so freaking nervous because I've never videotaped myself in public. As you guys can see on my YouTube channel and on my Instagram page, that I always videotape myself either in my freaking car or in my son's bedroom because nobody is around me. So I'm going to a grocery store where there are people. These people are probably going to stare at me thinking, who is this crazy person? But guess what? If this video helps at least one person purchase better groceries to nourish themselves, I don't give a shit what people think of me when I go through the grocery store, because if I'm gonna help somebody, why freaking not? Okay, see you in a bit. I gotta drive and jam out to some music. Okay guys, I am at my first grocery store, no frills. Parking lot is pretty freaking packed, so I am so nervous, but whatever. Okay, I want to put it out there that I personally don't go grocery shopping in the spring, so from April, May-ish to October, because I want to support local farmers, and I love going to farmers markets and seeing all the cool and different things that they have, all the jams that they have, and fermented foods, and all their delicious produce that they grow on their farm. Best thing to do is going to farmers markets because you're getting local food, you're supporting local farmers, and you're also getting food that has an abundance of vitamins and minerals. So the thing is, when you go to grocery stores and you buy produce, the produce is not going to have as many nutrients in it as it would if it is freshly picked, because what happens is places will pick the produce before it's ripe, so a lot of the produce is really bitter, and you're not going to be getting the nutrients that it usually has when it's at its full ripeness. Just keep that in mind. This is why I heavily rely on grocery stores in the wintertime, because there's no fresh produce being grown, which is why I would love to move somewhere hot 24/7 and have a garden that I have access to all year long. Okay, I'm going in. See you in there. Okay guys, as you can see, there are pads and tampons in this section. You have to be very careful of the pads and tampons that you are using. Commercial brands put scents, chlorine, and bleach. Those are all things that should never ever go near your vagina. It can actually affect the health of your vagina. So diapers are also something parents really need to be mindful of, because these commercial brands like Pampers and Huggies all add chlorine, bleach, scents, and phthalates. And phthalates are an endocrine disruptor, which is super dangerous because it can affect your child's hormonal health. Johnson & Johnson avoid at all costs because they don't really give a shit of what they're putting inside the bottle. They just want to sell. Look at every formula that I've ever used with Liam. In my opinion, all garbage and not fit for human consumption. All of these detergents, air fresheners, all off gas, which are the chemicals that are inside of the actual product. These scents can harm the lungs. I know people really love that clean smell, but you can add your own scents to unscented detergents. So I buy essential oils like lemon, orange, or eucalyptus, but you can definitely use whatever essential oil that you like. Definitely be avoiding these air fresheners because they can actually cause damage to the lungs and the lungs of our little ones. I think Unico is one of the biggest and most advertised brands of canned and jarred products. I can promise you they're spending a shit ton of money on marketing and very little money on the actual product itself. Hellmann's is another well-advertised company. They're trying to become more sustainable. I'll give my hat off to them. Unfortunately, it's not enough to make me want to purchase them. You should really be mindful of the sauces that you're using. A lot of them have flavor enhancers like MSG, which can actually, or is linked to ADD, irritable bowel syndrome, diabetes, other flavor additives. There can be up to 200 different ingredients in just the title flavor additives or flavor enhancers. Although these dressings may taste good to most people, I can promise you they're anything less than good. Typical dressings, yes, I picked Greek feta because I'm Greek, super biased over here. Two major ingredients are soybean oil, corn syrup, which are genetically modified and very toxic for our body. Oh shit, I dropped that. There's actually aluminum in this dressing too. I would love to add some aluminum to my salad. Thank you so much. You have to be very careful with Asian sauces. They all contain MSG and other possible flavor enhancers. VH, which is a typical sauce a lot of families have at their home. This one has 5 different sources of sugar. Sugar, molasses, caramel, corn syrup, and glucose. Hello, diabetes. Another thing to avoid at grocery stores is all canned products. They contain something called BPA lining, which was marketed before as a synthetic estrogen to fatten up cattle. It is a hormone disruptor, aka endocrine disruptor. Ooh, guys, what's this? Scooby-Doo spaghetti? Good thing it's whole wheat, friends. Great marketing technique, Heinz. I see you. I used to eat this shit all the time. Liquid sugar, GMO soybean oil and modified cornstarch, and natural flavor, which means up to 500 different ingredients. Yikes. Canned fruit. This all contains that gross BPA lining, which is super dangerous, and to top it off, canned tuna is really high in mercury, which should be avoided by everyone. Oh, birthday cake flavor? Let me see this. I don't know about you guys, but when I make cookies at home, the max ingredients I use is 5, maybe 6. This has at least 30. And there's freaking shellac in here. Isn't that what they put on nails? Ugh. Chocolate chip cookies. Don't mind if I do. Made with real chocolate chips? What were they using before? Shellac and 5 different forms of sugar. That is great. No wonder childhood obesity and diabetes is on the rise for children. Oh, hey, Oreos. Artificial flavor. The ingredients list just increased to 2010 ingredients because artificial flavor can be up to 2,000 different ingredients. Hot freaking damn. Seasonings. These are definitely filled with artificial flavoring and MSG added to enhance the flavor. The worst thing about these seasonings that are in plastic bags, herbs and spices have something that are called volatile oils, which is what gives off their aromas. When these oils are in contact with plastic, it actually causes the plastic to leach its chemicals into the herbs and spices. Oh, what's coming up? The goldfish crackers, guys. Kids' dream snack, except mine because I don't even think he knows what the heck they are. But there are way too many ingredients for my liking, friends. Not something that I want to put in my little one's body. Not to mention there's probably a lot of fake cheese in there. Aisle 7, canned milk and fruit spreads. This is going to be fun. Avoid buying Robin Hood or any of these flours since they're most likely going to be bleached. Even if it isn't bleached, I honestly don't trust where they're sourcing the flour or what's being used in the processing. A lot of the solvents and cleaning agents that are used in the facilities end up in the final product. So I buy most of my flours from Bulk Barn. Oh man, Jell-O. I have nightmares of Jell-O, guys. Wow, if I could find the English side, that would be really freaking great. So I think I'm going to pass on this product. You can definitely make your own Jell-O at home from scratch using juice and gelatin powder, which is a really great high source of protein. Try to avoid nuts that are in plastic bags or being exposed to light. This damages the essential fat profile like omega-3 and omega-6. I would only suggest purchasing raw nuts. Roasted nuts are also considered damaged, which don't have any essential profile fat to them. I'm definitely looking for the Nutella because who doesn't want to eat Nutella? Let's look at this. Let me grab this. Bingo! Wow, can you tell that I'm clumsy? Oh my god. Doesn't look too bad, but if you look at the bottom, vanillin, which is synthetically made by altering the DNA. It has very little safety assessment done. 11 grams of sugar per tablespoon. I don't know about you guys, but 1 tablespoon is not enough to satisfy me. And to top it off, it says to start your day right. Yes, let's start our day by spiking our children's blood sugar. Cheese Whiz, I'm pretty sure this is 1 molecule away from being plastic. And a Nutella knockoff. Minus the fact that you may find small shell fragments in the jar. Must be a crunchy one. Reese's snacks for kids. Let's take a closer look. Snack packs. I haven't seen these in years. Oh my god, is this a freaking struggle? Oh wow. Okay. There we go. I would love some sunset yellow food coloring in my pudding and tartrazine. Tartrazine is a food coloring and possibly carcinogenic, meaning cancer causing, and is banned in some countries. Sadly, Canada is not one. Food coloring usually comes from petrochemicals, coal, or tar. Dole fruit in a cup. Oh my gosh. Sugar, water, 18 freaking grams of sugar for one container, friends. That is absurd. Like I said, no wonder diabetes is on the rise in little ones. In one peach, I can promise you there's not 18 grams of sugar, and there is also skin on the peach, which is a source of fiber, canned fruit, and more sugar, friends. Please, guys, just buy fresh fruit for your little ones. They're going to be getting a huge array of different vitamins and minerals and fibers, which is not going to be included in canned fruit. Mango slices and syrup. Okay, more kid-friendly snacks with fantastic marketing. Did you know some countries have banned food and beverage marketing that is geared toward children? Corn syrup, sugar being the first ingredient. And you gotta love the fact that Paw Patrol is on it and Shimmer and Shine is on the other box. Must market towards both boys and girls. Gotta catch them all. Same garbage in both products. My gosh, guys, this is so ridiculous. Corn syrup, like, they are really trying to harm our children. I am telling you guys. Ooh, and Pop-Tarts, what a great way to start your breakfast morning. 45 ingredients in this product. Is that all? My gosh, guys, this really hurts me looking at these boxes of foods that are marketed to children. Rice Krispies, there we go. More sugar for kids to be eating at snack time. You see all these ingredients, guys? You can literally make your own Rice Krispies with maybe 4 ingredients. More Nutella snacks, Nutella to-go snacks. Let's talk about these juices, guys, especially the citrus juices. All contain BVO, brominated vegetable oil. It was actually patented as a flame retardant and is known to cause lesions in the heart. Another thing to avoid, juice in general. Children don't need it. It's not a requirement. It's just excess sugar that is going to harm their body. If you want sweeten their waters, add fresh juice or juice real fruit into their water. They'll be getting a ton of nutrients like essential vitamins and minerals that their body actually needs and not the sugar. Okay, good old Aunt Jemima. Fake maple syrup, not even one ingredient that says maple inside of it. I'm sure the natural and artificial flavoring that equals up to 2,000 different ingredients has formulated a maple syrup flavor consistency. At least this one has a percentage of maple syrup. Cereals. I can't remember the last time I ate cereal. Actually, I'm so lying to you right now. I lived off of cereal when I was pregnant and 3% milk, which traumatizes me. Welch's. 100% grape juice. But I can imagine how much sugar is in one serving, friends. Too much sugar for children. They do not need it. Just give them the real fruit or put fruit in their water. Smoothies, something else other than drinking pure sugar water. Cheerios. Cornstarch, the first ingredient. Second ingredient, but they don't take it the extra step to make it GMO free. But as long as your grains are whole wheat, that's awesome. Great marketing for children here. Cha-ching, Reese's Puffs. Let's see these ingredients. That is a lot of ingredients, friends. More sugary cereals, which you can 100% avoid and just make something at home instead of doing these horrible cereals that are filled with sugar. Lucky Charms, sugar, and marshmallows, which are just pretty much sugar. Such great marketing, guys. Like, I can't tell you how good these companies are at targeting our children. Chips and pops. I never go down here anymore after going to school. Most chips have BHT or BHA, which actually comes from petrochemicals that help prevent fats from going bad. It has been linked to cancers in animals, and in Europe has actually banned these ingredients because it's an endocrine disruptor. And Are you guys ready to have your mind blown? Nestle, one of the biggest companies that produces chocolates, and they actually harvest their cacao from child labor. They literally use child labor to make their products. Also, they were the ones back in the day who told doctors to tell mothers their breast milk was poisoned so they could sell their shitty baby formula to parents. How sad and disturbing is that, guys? Like, look at all this chocolate, and most of it is owned by Nestle. I will never buy this stuff again after learning this stuff. And the Kit Kat C, it says sustainably harvest or sustainably sourced cacao. I wonder what the rest of their products are made out of. Shame on you, Nestle. Your ethics disgust me. The frozen aisle. There are so many varieties of frozen meals. Most companies try to add some kind of health spin by making the box look simple or putting calorie-wise or even lean cuisine on their box. Look at this picture, guys. I mean, shit, I'd eat that if it looked that good, but I can promise you there is nothing good in these ingredients. All kinds of strange ingredients. There must be 30 ingredients. Lots of soy and GMO, sugar in several different areas on the box, but I mean, at least there's vegetables in it. Ooh, this company is owned by Nestle. That will really tell you how their product is. That also contained carrageenan, which is a very big irritant in the digestive tract. It's also found in a lot of nut milks, like almond milk, so I try to avoid that at all costs. Chicken fingers, children's favorite chicken fingers. Do you guys even know why they're called chicken fingers? Because I don't. I don't even think chicken fingers look like this. But look, I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't always want to cook. I much prefer to pull something out of the freezer and throw it in the oven. And hell yes, I do. But I tend to freeze things that I make on my own. I usually make extra soup or stews or homemade chicken fingers, and I freeze them for my lazy days. Companies really love to use cornstarch and corn, probably because it's so dirt cheap, and their profit increases when they use cheaper products. Quinoa. So many companies try to jump on the newest health bandwagon, but they don't have anything healthy in these products, guys. It is full of trans fats, damaged fats like canola oil. See this one here? It is in a healthier section. It says organic. However, you don't need that many ingredients to make a pizza, guys. They have a green box to make it look like it's a little bit more healthier. Udi's, which is a big gluten-free company that's found in a lot of health food stores. Unfortunately, it says it's not a product of genetic engineering, but nowhere on the box does it have the certified non-GMO stamp. Frozen fruits and vegetables are probably the best bet to buy in this section because they freeze their vegetables when the fruit or vegetable is at its most ripest point. This preserves the vitamins, the minerals that the body needs. I choose these frozen breads, to be honest with you guys, because I find that there are more nutrients in it. There's a lot of good sprouted breads, a lot of gluten-free breads. There's no gross shelf-stable things inside of it. Cheesecake, this is supposed to be a healthier vegan cheesecake, but let me tell you, just because it has vegan or gluten-free or dairy-free does not mean that the ingredients are good for you guys. Look how long this list is, guys. You are better off eating a real cheesecake than this Frankenstein mess. I do like Ezekiel bread. I find that it doesn't cause rashes on my arms like other breads do, so I usually consume this one. The natural aisle. I'm so happy they have one of these in no frills because some of the stuff I do like to buy here, and it's much cheaper than going to Whole Foods or Organic Garage. But keep in mind, some of this stuff in here is not good for you. Companies have health wash it to make it seem like it's good. Love this nut butter, nuts for you nut butter. One of my favorites. Sometimes No Frills has it $1 or $2 cheaper, but be careful of this Wow butter. It does say school safe, and that's only because it is made out of soy, which of course would be school safe. But moms who have boys, I strongly suggest to avoid soy at all costs because it's estrogenic, and if it's consumed too much or too often, it could potentially disrupt other hormones in the body like testosterone. There are a lot of great teas here, coffees that are sustainably harvested. Most of these bars down this aisle have some funky ingredients or dairy, so I avoid them. Nuts, make sure you're avoiding the roasted ones. These companies are good. Liam loves these made good bars. They have very simple ingredients, which is what I like to see, but I prefer to make my own cookies. love these pastas. I often use them because they're legume-based pastas, sprouted pastas, whole grain, and they're pretty damn delicious if you ask me. This section also has some really great cooking oils. I buy my cooking oil from Costco's. When choosing apples, make sure you avoid these ones and hit up the organic apples. If you've noticed, these apples are really shiny, and that's because companies add wax coating to create a better appeal. Get it? Appeal. Bananas go crazy in my house. They are done in a few days because Liam and I literally indulge in bananas. Grocery stores are such a great place to show children different fresh produce, vegetables, fruits, and it gets them more comfortable with new foods. I always challenge parents to take their little ones grocery shopping and play fun games with them, or choose one new product that they haven't tried before and make it together. I sometimes buy these apples, but I don't like the fact that there's plastics on them or inside of them. Lemons, I always buy lemons because I start my morning off with warm water and lemon, at least a liter of it, just to rehydrate my body. Let me grab some of these carrots and spinach for my smoothie. Guys, be careful of this Franken meat. It is designed in a lab, which I will most definitely pass on that. If you're one of those who are following plant-based diet, you're better off learning how to properly food combine legumes and grains to create complete proteins. A lot of processed cheese, guys. If you like if you like cheese and you can digest it, please go to a place that specializes in cheese, or even at farmers markets where farms will bring their homemade cheeses. Avoid all these deli meats, guys. Deli meats are processed meats that have sodium nitrates in it. Nitrites are used to give meat their pink color and preserve it, but when it's digested, it actually turns into, it's called carcinogenic nitrosamine, which turns into cancer pretty much in the body when you consume it. These are all garbage. Please don't ever consume them. Don't give them to your little ones. I don't even bother going into this aisle. I'm just going in here for you guys to see the different crap that they're trying to sell to people. Pita bread that is made with bleached flour. I would not want to put bleach in my body. Never mind putting bleach in my son's body. Please avoid 90% of these breads in this aisle due to their weird shelf-stable ingredients and the bleached flours that are being used. They also are considered refined grains because the nutrients and fiber are removed in the process, which allows it to stay on the shelf longer, and especially during a freaking apocalypse, which is probably what they're wanting to have it on the shelf for. More bleached flour in here, guys. Companies bleach the flour because people honestly prefer white bread, white products, which I don't understand the appeal to that. Tons of different ingredients to help it be shelf stable. Bagels, all gluten, irritating the body. Avoid the meat here or at any grocery store, guys, for that matter. The meat is most likely coming from commercial farms where the well-being of animals are less than ideal. As you can see in this, for this chicken, it says grain-fed. And for those of you who don't know, chickens are not supposed to be grain-fed. Companies make chicken grain-fed or feed them grains to fatten them up. Fatter chickens equals fatter pockets for companies. All coming from conventional farms. I do gotta grab the pickles because Liam loves his pickles. He'll probably be done this jar by the end of the day, to be honest with you. More processed meats. As you can see, more sodium nitrites down at the bottom. Spices, which are most likely gonna have MSG in there. They don't tell you what's inside of the spices, but probably MSG. Ton of it. Juices, avoid juices. Children don't need juice in their life. They can have the actual fruit, or put fruit inside of their water, fresh fruit, which will give it a different flavor. All kinds of juice. Avoid the dairy products in this aisle, guys. It's all going to be coming from conventional farming practices where the well-being of the animals are not really cared for. Antibiotics and hormones being added to the milk. Love this yogurt, such a good yogurt. No sugar added to it. I usually make my own yogurt. Sometimes I'm just lazy, so I buy it. Oh, and what do you know? More sugar, Nestle garbage. gotta catch it right before you leave to satisfy your sugar craving. I did it. I freaking did it. I went in there and I videotaped the shit out of that grocery store. And I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of over grocery shopping now. I thought I was gonna make it to another store, but I'm kind of over it. I'm really ready to go home and eat some lunch. By the way, this is not my usual grocery haul. I sometimes spend way more than $70, especially when I have to buy meat, which is right now. But I have so much friggin' meat from over the holidays that I don't even want to look at meat. So this is not my usual grocery haul. Usually I will spend between $200 to $250 depending on what I'm buying. That also includes my monthly supply of meat that I tend to buy when I usually buy in bulk meat at Costco's or at Whole Foods. It's usually $20 to $25 a package of 5 or 6 chicken breasts, which is pretty good. It comes out to being $5 a chicken breast, and especially if you're getting it from a good source, a good farm that is not expensive at all. What I tell people is it's expensive to live healthy, but think how much more expensive it is to be sick. And I'd rather invest money into my health and into my son's health, knowing that I'm doing everything in my power to nourish him and give him the best start to life. What's the point of feeding them shitty stuff, causing them lifelong issues, health issues? I don't think that's a very smart move, if that makes sense. Okay. I think I'm ready to go home, guys. I hope this helped you have some type of insight into what I do when I go grocery shopping. I got 3 big bags full of food and produce. So I'm pretty happy with what I did. I got my lemons, which is what I needed, and my coffee creamer, which is made with almond milk. Can't live without that, especially my coffee in the morning. I'm a hot mess if I don't have my coffee. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos of what my daily life habits look like and another grocery store video, please don't make me do another grocery store video. That was pretty rough. But if you guys need it, I will definitely do it for you. So yeah, you like my video? Give me a thumbs up. If you really like the video, subscribe down at the bottom. That would be great. See you guys.